Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and apologies for taking so long to start the stream for any of you who are waiting. If it's any consolation, I actually have an upload today at 3 p.m. So it's one of those long, rambly, well, okay, it's under half an hour, so not as long as some previous uploads. But yeah, it should be a good one. You'll also find out how I got on at the Fornciel online. Okay, audio is good. Yeah, so today I actually have another chess match, another classical game. This time for John Littlewood playing against Atticus. So we're going to do a warm-up. So without further ado, let's get some training in. So I'll switch overlay and let's do some Woodpecker. I'm eating like a vitamin C tablet right now, so if I'm slurring my words, that's why. Okay, white to play. Let's have a think. Okay, so we've got. I was just daydreaming about the fact that I ate my batch cooking meal prep for lunch today, and this is like leftover from last week. So I can't tell if my brain is psyching myself out that I might have got food poisoning or I've actually got food poisoning, which would be very careless given the fact that I have a league match today. But fingers crossed, we're not actually sick and just my brain playing tricks. So yeah, let's solve this Kasparov Kramnik. White to play. So we've got rook knight knight against rook bishop knight. Knight versus bishop. 3 pawns each, slightly different pawn structure. Our king is quite exposed, but their pieces are very far away. Their king is somewhat vulnerable, given the rook is on the line of a king. So okay, what else is there to note? So we've got to look at the piece tension. So there's a rook putting tension on the knight, pawn defending. Rook putting tension on the bishop, knight defending. Rook on the pawn, knight on the pawn. Pawn securing the rook, pawn securing the knight. Both pawns securing the knight. Fine, so what about x-rays? This is one x-ray here. I'm suddenly realizing, wait, is this not a little combination? I don't know if that's actually good for us, though. Okay, so, yeah. Those are the x-rays and then loose pieces. Loose rook. That's the only loose piece. Rook is the only piece defending knight. Knight is the only piece defending bishop. Fine. Oh, also these pawns are loose. This pawn is loose as well. This pawn is also loose. Okay, so some loose pawns on the board. Also, on the topic of my potential food poisoning, I have a rule which I normally use, which is when in doubt, throw it out. But my meal preps are so nutritious. There's not a single lunch that I could buy nearby. And also, I don't want to go outside so early because I needed to stream, right? So I wanted to like just have something convenient. So out of convenience and out of nutrition, I really wanted to eat the meal and risk the food poisoning, but it's an interesting gambit. It smelt fine. So hopefully we're good. The week old belly pork. Hopefully won't kill me. What a terrible way to go. Imagine if you die from food poisoning from your own cooking. That's actually shocking. I wouldn't put it past me though. Okay, so candidate moves, checks, captures, threats. So we've got check here, got check here. We've got captures here and here. And we've got threats. What threats do we have? This is kind of like a threat, this combination. This is... What am I doing? I'm getting confused between my checks and threats. That's never happened before. That's concerning. It's actually unbelievable that the upload you're going to see today, I literally filmed it this morning, and my brain was so clear in order to have that coherent conversation, which I filmed. And then now it's like, I can't even string together what a check or a threat is. It's like, the inconsistency is unbelievable. Okay, so... Also, quick personal note to myself. I'm just realizing that I've worn this shirt like because I'm wearing it over layers, right? It's not getting dirty. So I've worn this shirt a lot. So it's a very good investment. I bought it in Thailand for less than a $5. So yeah, just a note to self that actually, yeah, this was a good purchase. So I was a little bit, normally I only ever buy clothes if I'm like 100% for it. And this I was actually not quite 100, but somehow I had a bit more confidence to go for it. Okay, so let's start with the checks. I know I'm running out of time already. Been yapping too much. So knight here, it's a check, but who cares? What if the king just moves here, for instance? Don't see a follow-up. And also the knight is then hit. So okay, what about knight check here? Bishop takes? Really not sure. Rook check, bishop takes. Oh, to be fair, don't we win a pawn this way? See, I wouldn't have seen this without actually just forcing myself to calculate rook takes. Like, rook takes doesn't give me any good vibes until you actually just sit and calculate. So probably I just win a pawn, and I'm very happy to win that pawn. Rook f5, bishop f5, knight f7, king f6, knight d8. Can we defend that pawn? Let's say bishop e4. It's annoying that after bishop e4, there's not a way we can win the c-pawn. Rook f5, bishop f5, knight f7, king f6. Knight takes d8, bishop e4. Oh, maybe we can push d5 there. Because d5, if pawn takes, then we can push c6. And if bishop takes, then we can go knight takes bishop, pawn takes, and then c6. And the point is that black cannot stop the pawn with knight e6 because there's a knight on d8. Can the king come in though? So rook f7, bishop f7, knight f7, king f6, knight takes d8, bishop e4, d5. Let's say bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes, c6. Can black go king e7 there? And we might be lost. King e7. Oh, king e7, there's knight b7 to keep the pieces shut out. But the problem is then the knight can come to e6. Yeah, somehow it's not quite working. What about the captures, real quick, before I run out of time? Is this actually any good? I don't think so, right? King f6 and then... Yeah, you take the rook, they take back. Doesn't feel like we're better. And the threats, did I even come up with a threat in the end? I don't know if I even did. Maybe d5 is like interesting. Shame I didn't have more time to calculate d5. But as it stands, we're going to have to go for rook f5. Alternative. Interesting. Well, it doesn't feel like it's a move order thing. There's no way we can play knight f7 first. There's probably just like an alternative move that's probably better, which I just haven't seen. At least it wasn't lost. Okay. I don't know. I'm out of ideas, to be honest. I don't see how my knights can target these pawns. Because knight b7 is a threat. Does that do anything? Not really. The only move I can think of is d5, but for some reason I'm being very lazy to actually calculate it properly. But I guess the point is if bishop takes, maybe there's an argument to be had about knight takes, pawn takes, and then knight f7. King f6, if we take, they take. I mean, it's not clear. Also, d5, they can always take with the pawn. And if we push, they can take. And if we push, I assume they can handle this. Rook c6, maybe? Rook c6 seems alright. Like, rook takes bishop, knight takes. Queens, rook takes, knight takes. I mean, black's just a pawn up at the end. So, yeah, I've really got nothing. Is black in some kind of zugzwang? Right? The knight can't move because the bishop is lost. The rook can't move anywhere productive. So what? Is the point just we're going to go king e3 and say that our position is improved? Or maybe even king g3 to prevent the king from staying in this line. So maybe the king would have to retreat or something and we improve our king. I don't know. Doesn't seem great. I am officially out of ideas. Are there any final checks, captures, stuff I should look at? And back to this idea again, just in case it somehow works. I mean, is there some super duper move right now? Like d5 or something? But I don't think so. Oh, this is a good sign for this evening. Do we give up? I feel like YOLOing it and just playing d5. Don't see how it works though. To be fair, d5 if bishop takes, I can take this way. So d5, maybe they have to take with the pawn. And maybe that is winning somehow. What if now... Okay, so they take with the pawn. Now I sack the bishop and then give this check. And then take like this. And then take like this. I don't know. That still doesn't look like it's winning. What about d5 and then sack the rook? Bishop takes, knight check, king here, knight takes. I don't see why this would be an improvement. I mean, now the pawn isn't even coming with tempo. Like, somehow I feel like the answer is going to be d5, but I can't justify it, which is very annoying. Let's just play it. Yeah, it's correct for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, if you guys watched my recent Rowson video, Rowson basically says you can play a move without understanding why, which I think is ridiculous. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. But somehow it did work here, right? I had the intuition that d5 should win. I just can't calculate why. Okay, let's see if we can calculate it now. So, okay, what options do we have? We can either take on d5, take on e6. Check here, takes. No clue. Absolutely no clue. Unless we can push c6. That would be so ridiculous if c6 worked. Like c6, rook takes d6. c7. Rook c6. I feel like I even looked at this. Also, can I just say, the exercise before this one was literally like a 2-move tactic, which I did like the day before half an hour before my 4CL round. Actually, such a joke. It was like literally like the easiest 2-move tactic. Unless this is an easy 2-move tactic and I'm just tripping. Maybe it's the food poisoning. Maybe I'll credit that. Don't really understand, to be honest. I don't know what else to look at. I feel like I've looked at everything. And nothing works. Unless the move is knight b7, because then on rook b8, then I can push the pawn. That's so weird. It's literally the last move I would consider in this position, but maybe it's actually good. It's the only move that feels like it actually makes some progress of some kind. But even so, after c6, I mean, what if they just go king f6? Like, then again, we can push there. Maybe it's actually good. They take and then I take. And however they take, I queen. This might actually be it. If we go rook e8, we push. Again, it doesn't feel winning somehow, because even if we could get 2 extra moves and just promote. Okay, no, promotion's gonna be... Is it gonna be strong? Probably. I think that must be it. That must be it. I didn't see any other move. Yeah. I hate that this is a solution. Knight b7 is so counterintuitive to me. I don't know, we just push the pawn, right? That has to be the point. What the hell was that? Okay, so I played Kasparov's move, and instead Axel Smith is forcing me to find some random ass variation that no one cares about. Literally no one cares. And black held the draw. Oh, king e4, not bishop e4. King e4 with the counterattack. Wild. That's pretty tough. King e4. Then let me see. Was bishop e4 also drawing? Bishop e4 apparently not so good. King e2. That's a nice move. What did I say? I suggested maybe d5 was working. Or did I even want... Actually, didn't I say bishop e4 in a position where king f6 was played, right? I think I suggested king f6. So bishop takes knight here. King f6 was what I wanted. And then bishop e4. Okay, so this is drawing. This is what I was saying. And then I was saying that d5 I think doesn't work. Bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes here. And then there was like king e7. Yeah, even knight e6 is working. Yeah. But I'm surprised this is even a draw then. Yeah, I suggested knight b7 and then I said the knight can come back at the least. Yeah, so I did find this. Yeah. But yeah, d5 is just working with his knight b7. I don't know. I find that really tough. Followed by knight e6 and knight d5. Yeah, Axel Smith can go to hell on this one. Alright, let's see all the messages in chat. What is rival league? Not rival league, a rival team. If I said rival league, I was mincing my words. No, playing in the Merseyside League, John Littlewood against Atticus today at 7:30. So, yeah, gonna get in the zone for that. Rook takes e6 and knight f7 was my first thought, but doesn't work as knight protects rook, so probably it's rook f5, knight f7, right. Yeah. Okay, and Peter said the same line as me that he felt was winning. Also, congrats, Peter, on the wins at the weekend. Did you win both games? I think I saw. Food poisoned, yeah, just stupid me trying to eat a convenient lunch that was cooked a week ago. What if the rival team watches this prep? I mean, this isn't really prep. This is just some warm-up tactics. I wouldn't be concerned, SSS. Bishop e4. What is bishop e4? When? Oh yeah, bishop e4, so that's within the line of the rook takes f5 line. Bishop e4, d5, bishop d5, knight d5, c d5, c6, knight e6. Knight a8 wins. The hell? The hell is knight a8? I accidentally deleted my comment with a long line. That is absolutely brutal. I would not be able to be bothered to rewrite that. But having said that, the video that's going to upload at 3 p.m. today, so in exactly 1 hour, stay tuned for it. I filmed 20 minutes of the video and 10 minutes got cut out because of storage issues on my phone. So I had to refilm the last like 10 minutes. That was so tilting because I was in such a good flow state. To be fair, after like 10 attempts, I managed to make a satisfactory second half to the video, which I'm also quite happy with. So in the end, it was fine, but it was very annoying. Bishop e4. I just want to see Faz's knight a8 idea. Was this the... No, it wasn't this moment. I mean, it was saying king e7. So I don't know where Faz's knight a8 comes in. Because I mean knight e6 we just take it and push. So I don't see a reason for knight a8. Maybe Faz just miscalculated something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad you agree that this is nonsense, Josh. Welcome, Duck Gang. Hello. Memento asks, what's the rival league? Bro, I must have minced my words. I just meant rival team. There is no rival league. It's just John Littlewood against Atticus. And basically in Merseyside League, there are 3 teams that compete for first place, which is Liverpool, Atticus and John Littlewood. So basically we need to smash them tonight. I read the title. Have I minced the title? What the hell did I write? Let me check. Woodpecker grind and prep for rival league match tonight. Guys, come on. Attention span. Read one more word before you reach your conclusion. Maybe on YouTube does it not show the full title? Is that the problem? Maybe it doesn't show the full title. Maybe I can forgive you guys. Whatever, I ain't changing that. It's good enough. It's good enough. Sue me. Oh, Faz, you might be playing Peter next. You should not be revealing this information. Peter will prep your ass. Well, actually, I don't know if he would, but maybe he would. Peter says, thanks, I was lost in Saturday's game. I think the game is already on Frontier website. You can see if you want. Cool. I didn't realize the games would be uploaded so quickly. Yo, Arjun, what's up? How's it going? How's Shropshire, actually? Did you recover after your first round loss? I'm very curious to hear. Faz was calculating taking d5 with the bishop. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, too much deciphering for me. I thought you were playing a match in the rival league. My god. I don't think it's that secret. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, actually everything Faz has said is you can easily work that out, so that's fair. Played the same opponent this weekend, Peter. As soon as he played with Berlin, alarm bells might be ringing. Were ringing, yeah, exactly. 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. Okay, that's a solid recovery, so congrats. This was in the open, I guess. Would have gained 19 elo if it had been FIDE rated. That's a little bit rough. But okay, good lesson to actually check the regulations before you enter an event and book all the transport. That's kind of crazy. Uni 1 has a game versus West Bridgeford today. Currently reverse. Shouldn't need to step up for now. Interesting. Okay, well, good luck, Josh, if you do end up playing. How's the season been actually so far? Is this one of your first games? Because I haven't actually heard much about your season this year. Okay, Kasparov against Kramnik. Let's solve. So we've got Rook, Knight, Bishop against Rook, Knight, Bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1, 2, 3. We have an extra pawn. Light squared bishops each. Piece tension on the bishop. Tension on the knight, some protection, tension on the pawn, some protection, some protection, some protection, some protection, some protection, loose pawn. Okay, so we've got loose pawn, loose knight. What about X-rays? X-ray through here. Fine. Okay, so also the king's quite exposed, but on a dark square, it's also a distance away from the knight, avoiding the bishop. Rooks can't easily attack it, only 1 check. Our king is safer than theirs, but still a little exposed. Mainly due to the inactive rooks and poorly placed knight. So, okay. What checks do we have? We got this one. What captures do we have? We can take, which we already saw. And what threats? Maybe d5. Maybe d5. God. I'm gonna make a note of one thing. Okay. Check one more thing. Just some forward planning for later. Okay. Oh, just by sitting back down, I've suddenly seen that this is something. That might have some relevance. Okay, so let's begin with our check. Rook takes bishop, king takes. We have a check on c4, check on f4, check on d5. I don't really believe in bishop c4 somehow. I feel like king f6 is fine. Right? They take our rook, they take their... I mean, we take their rook, they take our rook. Don't know. Maybe knight f4 is actually an interesting threat. If they take the rook, then I take. And then take here. I mean, knight f4, they don't have to take our rook. They could just save that bishop. I mean, our position does look healthier. I don't see how it wins either. Oh, God knows. So, okay, rook takes. Was there any other follow-up after king takes besides bishop c4? Maybe d5 on the point that if they take, then we can go knight check and fork. But if we do this and we play d5, they don't have to take our pawn. They could just play king f6. Oh, I don't know. This is why chess games will always be better. Because it's like you have the practical constraint of having a chess clock and the game needs to continue and you just use your best judgment to make a move. You can't just endlessly suffer as you spin your wheels trying to find something. It's like you just move on. You just move on. You try your best and you move on. Whereas with puzzles, it's like, because you know that there is a solution, like you force yourself to persevere. It's a very interesting dynamic. But I definitely don't prefer this way round. I have no idea. No idea. What about the rest of my captures? Let's just quickly look at that. Bishop takes pawn. Just do anything. Really don't think so. I mean, this bishop is defended twice, so even if we displace the bishop, don't know what it does. What does my intuition say, just for the fun of it? What would my intuition say is the answer in this position? Intuition's got nothing. Intuition has absolutely nothing in this position. Intuition says maybe rook h1 is interesting. Just hit the knight somehow. Probably just loses the game instantly. Probably knight f7 is just very strong. Yeah, I cannot be trusting such whack instincts. Nah, probably rook e6 is the answer somehow, but I don't see how. Don't get it. Don't get it. Bishop c4, there's just king f6. Wait, why did I dismiss this knight f4 move again? I dismissed it because maybe they can play some calm move like bishop d5. But maybe that's not a good enough reason to dismiss. I can still play like rook here or something. Knight g4. You know, maybe win a pawn or something. I mean, knight f4. If they take my rook, I've got this motif, right? Maybe that's just best. Maybe that's just best. I mean, we're running out of time. Let me just go for it. Isn't it incredible when there's a time constraint and you're forced to make a move, you actually come in clutch? I think that's an important trait of a chess player, to be able to come in clutch and make a good move. Now I don't know what to do. I was considering bishop d5, not bishop d7, so how on earth do we justify this? So I mean, the fact that knight f4 is the answer and bishop d7 is the move clearly means that there's just no tactic. Like, why did Axel Smith give us this exercise? Unless there's some really nice hidden tactic here, which I'm completely missing. Which could definitely be the case. There's not some bullshit checkmate, right? With rook here, and if they take when I capture, and then king c7 is actually forced, and then knight d5, and then they can go to these two squares. And somehow it looks quite dangerous. Can we do this in a better way? I guess this doesn't help. Rook here. What if they just move the knight? God knows. God knows. Are there any other checks that I'm missing here? I feel like it's some way to enter, but I don't really see it. Like rook h1, if they take my rook, it does look promising, but they can just move the knight. It's not that big a deal. Maybe the sack is good, you know, I don't know. And then rook h6. But here they can even go king e7. I don't know. Actually, they could have gone king e7 in the other line as well, because the rook's no longer an e1. I don't know, not feeling so clutch anymore. Oh, come on. Brain is struggling. Brain is absolutely struggling out here. Like, genuinely, you're gonna watch my upload in 45 minutes and you're gonna listen to the most coherent speech, and then here I am. I can't think. It's actually so bad. Imagine having an inconsistent brain in the same day. Not even 2 days different. It's like the space of like 4 hours. Like, people who have default consistency is actually something I'm so jealous of. So I have to work so hard for this consistency. It's actually unbelievable. And people just get that shit for free. Hey, let's treat it like a new position. So we've got an extra pawn. The king is weak. Tension between the rooks. Tension on the pawn. Knight is loose on h6. Any x-rays? Not really. And white to play. Only check is rook g6. Rook takes, knight takes. No follow-up. And that's not the only check. Rook e6 is a check. Bishop takes. No follow-up. And he captures. We can take on g8. They take back with the rook. No one knows why we did that. Okay, what about taking on f5? Really doesn't look like it's good. Okay, what about threats? I mean, somehow the king is weak, but I don't see how we can actually weaken it further. Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe just rook h5, you know? Just hit that annoying knight. If the knight moves away somewhere useless, then we can take this pawn. I mean, they have pressure on this pawn as well. But it's only somewhat productive move in this position. I'm gonna play it. Rook h5 is correct. Knight g4. Congratulations, we attacked a knight. Oh, these exercises are so annoying. Actually so annoying. So okay, bishop takes f5 and we just say we want a pawn. That's the point. That's the point of all of this. Bishop f5, rook f5. Can they play some useful knight move and then take our g-pawn? Maybe not. Maybe that's the point. Okay, so all of this to win a pawn. And for some reason the position continues. I guess rook h6 is useful. If they take our bishop, we can take back and then we fork. So rook h6 is just good. Hits the knight as well. And then we're gonna have time to like deal with this pawn in some way. So yeah, rook h6. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? I mean, we somehow got it right. Same with last position. I'm not really sure how. Which I guess is a good sign. But yeah, this was just felt like such an unnecessary sequence, but to have to solve. And yeah, what if knight f7 here? Because this try to keep the rook open on the g file. But bishop f5, if bishop takes rook takes, then we hit the knight, so we're not in time to win our pawn. And if bishop f5 and they take our pawn, then we can take on d7, king d7. Maybe like rook h7. I don't know. What? Does this work? They take here. Oh, rook e6. I didn't see rook e6. Oh, and did I just miss... Did I give one side 2 moves or something? I must have. Oh, no. That line I knew was winning. It was this line, which I didn't. Yeah, and I said this, and then I said rook h7. Yeah. Okay, so I felt that this was good enough, but I couldn't really see exactly why. Rook h7, rook f8, knight e6. Knight e6 hits the rook. Okay, fine. Didn't see knight e6. Just felt like there was a lot of pressure on black. Yeah, I don't know. That was tough, I guess. Josh says, I played a couple games for uni. We've done quite well. I think maybe joint top. Nice. It's a tough season because we lost some of our top players like Sammy and Farshad. Okay. I don't know either of the players. Maybe Sammy, I know. Is it Zami Banzania? Yeah, so many combos. Yeah, good job with knight f4. That's what I played. So okay, Faz and Peter battling out with some wild combinations. I think you guys got it in the end. Yeah, tough puzzle, agreed. After bishop f7, rook takes g8, rook g8, rook h1 is the point. Because that's quite interesting. Bishop f7 blocks the possibility of rook h5, so you do need something to bail out. So yeah, this line is important. Yes, I've played Sammy before, indeed. In the Derbyshire Congress when I had no running hot water and I was not in a good state to play. But yeah. Still, good experience to play. Yeah, we've probably got time for one more. Again, I'm just honestly done. I'm kind of done with solving. I don't know. I feel a bit ill as well from the food, which is probably not a good sign. Welcome, Geographical. How's it going? But fear not. In half an hour, you'll be enjoying a very nice speech from me. I quite enjoyed filming the episode, which you'll soon see. Okay, let's have a think. Queen against rook bishop. 4 pawns each. Symmetrical pawn structure. King is a little exposed, but on a light square, dark square bishop. King seems fairly alright as well, but could quickly change something like this. Rook is on a sticky square. Bishop only defended by rook. Queen is loose. Pressure, defense, X-ray. Pressure, defense. Fine. Would love to play this if this pawn wasn't hanging. Okay, so what checks do we have? We've got queen f7. What captures do we have? We can take. What threats do we have? I was thinking if we can have a sack the queen for the rook, but not really. What threats? maybe queen e7 is a very big threat, right? Because if they try and take to then remove this, we've got queen f6, and then wherever the king moves, we can go like g5, g6. And also, if we get in g6 and this e6 pawn becomes weak, then the rook is weak, and somehow looks good. There's also tension on our pawn, which I didn't see earlier. So okay, checks. If we sack, it's over. If we take, presumably take with the bishop. Have we achieved something here? No way for our queen to zip in somehow. That would be very cool if we could deliver something like that, but it's not even mate. It's king g8. Captures, yeah, same deal, same jazz. So threats, okay, either this, maybe f5. What if they take with the bishop hitting our queen? We've got one check, bishop just takes. Lose our pawns for no reason. So I feel like queen e7 is just good. Because what do they even do here? They need to go for this, and then we just give check. They need to keep defending their pawn. They don't want to go on the line of the queen, so then we just go g5. But g5, then they've got takes. So we're a little bit slow, actually. Wait, queen e7, pawn takes f4, queen f6, king g8, g5, bishop takes e5. So maybe queen e7, pawn takes. What if we just go g5 now? Then they still go bishop takes. We're in trouble. Queen e7, pawn takes, queen f6, king g8, g5, bishop takes e5. Don't see it. Don't see it. There's no Zugzwang going on, right? If we play like a6 to save the pawn. I mean, the problem is they just take on f4, and then this is dropping. Out of ideas. I mean, this is literally falling apart. Like, how do we not allow that to fall apart? I mean, it has to be this, but I don't see how. Give a check, they come here, and then we need a move. It'd be funny if like king takes was working, but the problem is this is still lost for us. Yeah, this ain't fast enough compared to this. Right? It's kind of close, but I think they'll queen and then we'll queen in a best case scenario, so don't think it's working. I'm going back to this f5 idea again. What if bishop takes? Maybe now queen e7? Pawn takes? Queen check? King f8? Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Even queen h6 check, they just, I don't know, go king e8 or something. Then there's the queen c6. Does that actually work? That's so stupid if it does. No. We're saying pawn takes. Because, I don't know, maybe they can even do this. I just thought the king would be too weak. Sorry, the rook would be too weak. It would be, right? There's at least queen c4 to pick up one of these pieces. Which isn't confirmed, actually, the rook can move. Oh god, I don't know. I don't know why I've got so much brain fog. It's crazy. I actually can't think. It's actually crazy. Just gonna lose my calculation ability overnight. Yeah. I need to head to the library. I need to... Yeah, walk off this. I think, to be honest, maybe eating the food was a really bad idea. I just didn't see an alternative. But yeah, eating that lunch was probably not a good idea. But it smelled fine. Like, if it was spoiled, it was probably just, like, starting to get spoiled, you know? Oh, God. And the thing is, I'm just realizing I took the advice from my flatmate about, like, how long he leaves food in the fridge and reheats it. And he said, like, he reckons it would probably be fine. But this is also coming from a guy that would cook on the stove, and he would leave his like rice and his like food in the frying pan overnight, not even put it in the fridge and just eat it the next day, and he'd be fine. So like, I think this guy's just built different, so I probably shouldn't be listening to his advice. Even though he's a doctor. But yeah, I think he's just built different. Oh god. Is it going to be queen e7? I've just missed some detail. Queen e7, pawn takes f4. What about queen g5? Does that do anything different? Then queen f6. Do I actually have a perpetual, right? If king g8. I've got queen g5. King f8, queen check. King e8, check. Maybe I don't. Oh, honestly, God knows. Literally, Lord bloody knows. Try queen 7. There's the other one, f5. I just don't get it. Bishop takes e5, and I didn't see the point. Annoyingly, did not see the point. Wait, is the point bishop e5 or just take the pawn on a7? I'm just so tunnel visioned at like one area of the board. Just forgot that the pawn was hanging on the other side. Bishop e5, queen a7. Is that actually just good? Fuck's sake. Yeah, it's just take on a7. It's so stupid. So, okay, they have to do something different in which, okay, we can do like e6 or something. That's actually a really shocking miss. How did I get the other two exercises correct and this one wrong? Just didn't see that this was hanging. I mean, if you don't see that, then it's hard. That's so stupid. What? Keeps the g-pawn? What the hell is the g-pawn? What is this comment? Queen b7 keeps the g-pawn. Keeps the g-pawn? What is this comment? And why is it not just queen takes a7? I'm so confused. I am baffled. Bishop e5? Queen b7 keeps the g-pawn. Oh, so I guess the point is that here, black can take. And then apparently has some draw, despite this pawn being a passed pawn and a6 coming in. I'm really surprised that this is drawing. Rook d6. What if just like queen b7, bishop d4? And this is no good, huh? This is just a fortress. Brilliant. I mean, sure. Yeah, thanks for explaining that, Axel Smith. So, the one comment, oh, we need to keep the G pawn. The point is they can't take because the rook hangs. So the king can get out of the pin so that they can meet this with a capture. And now they can take the pawn. Because now we can't have a fortress, I guess. And the g-pawn is kept. Fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. My god. I mean, in fairness, I didn't even see that the pawn was hanging, let alone any of that. It's kind of ridiculous. What are people saying in chat? Okay, just scroll back to where we left off. So yeah, Josh says Derbyshire Congress is such a cursed event. Never goes smoothly. I mean, to me, I felt like the organization of it was fine. It was just my chess. Maybe that's what you mean for yourself as well. I still remember the game that you resigned. I won't go into further detail in case you don't want it shared, Josh. But yeah, that was rough. Okay, so both Faz and Peter finding this f5. And wow, Faz with the idea of queen c1 here. Queen c1 is so funny. I guess I was going to say queen c1 is bishop f4. And maybe then if you try and give check on like b2 or a1, you just go back bishop e5 and you're not making progress. Yeah, maybe queen c1 is just met by bishop f4. Okay. Oh, okay, it's top move. Engine came around. Queen c3. Oh, but I can't just go back? Oh, I can just go back. But there's queen e3 now. So snaking forward. Which apparently still does nothing. Oh, and then we can sack. Oh, and now queen a7. Okay, fine. I guess if you saw all of that, Faz, then you can give yourself a tick. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so then Peter found f5, bishop takes e5, queen a7. Blind spot for f5. Yeah, just I didn't see the point after bishop takes e5. I just didn't see that the pawn was hanging. Only question is f5, rook takes e5. Was rook takes e5 even given as line here? Rook takes e5, yes. And it is queen e7 is correct. Queen d8 double threat is not. Because of rook e3 and bishop f6 defends. I don't know if anyone found that. Apparently queen e7 is good. Rook e3, bishop f6, but this time there's queen a7. So that's the difference between d8 and e7. But then rook e4, what the hell is this? Okay, at least there's one thing, right? No matter how inconsistent I am as a chess player, I will always be more consistent than Axel Smith as a chess author. Let me just drop the mic on that. What the hell is this? Why is he going into so much detail on some random shit when he literally can't even... keeps the g-pawn? It's like, what is this? Like, okay, just analyze like 8 moves deep in a line just as critical as a line where he just says keeps the g-pawn with no context. Oh, am I being too harsh? Actually, no, the line does continue here. I thought that was literally it for bishop takes e5. Okay, my mistake. He does give queen takes a5, a7, and some justification. Black will reach an ending with rook and f-pawn versus queen, also with no justification. Or does he go on here? No, he doesn't. I mean, he should mention the word fortress. I don't know, I just have a high standard when it comes to actual writing. Because writing, you know, you're not under some, like, sporting constraint of, like... You know, you've got all the time in the world to write and be thorough. It's just a matter of, like, effort and laziness. Okay, to be honest, the Axel Smith rant is making me feel slightly better. So maybe I need to keep this up. Yeah, I need 20 minutes to find all this, for sure. Yeah, even then I'm not getting there. Welcome, Prabhat, to the stream. Thank you for the good luck wishes. I'll definitely need it. I think we're playing a very strong team today. Probably, I can expect like 2100 opponent. Probably, if they put out their strongest team. So we'll see. Don't mind you sharing the resignation story. It's quite funny. Okay, I'll briefly just mention this. So, yeah, at Derbyshire Congress, Josh showed me a game where, unfortunately, he resigned in a winning position where he had mate on the board. But because he lost his rook, he resigned. And we've come a long way. We've come a long way since then. I still think, Josh, you resigned prematurely, like, still too much. I think it just needs to be something that just gets, removed from your system altogether, because whenever resignation is an option, it means that you can stop searching. And if the only way you stop searching is either you get checkmated or you run out of time or you have a heart attack, you're statistically going to give yourself a slightly better chance. And for some people, this can actually make a bigger difference. Like, if resignation wasn't allowed in chess, you wouldn't have lost that game. You would have looked a bit further. Okay, maybe you would have missed a mate. That's always possible. Maybe you would have just played some random move that does nothing and you end up losing anyway. But there's always the chance that just by not having that candidate move of resignation, you just find something in the position. Like, to me, resignation is not a candidate move, so it means I can focus more on what's actually happening. Whereas rather than trying to time, like, oh, is this the right time to resign? Right? Is this the respectful time to resign? Is this the way that I can end the score sheet in cool fashion? I don't know what the exact reason is for the resignation, but it's just like, yeah, it's a matter of resistance in terms of not resigning, which I think is so important. Which I do think you've improved a lot on, like, for sure. Yeah, keeping the G pawn is key to preventing the fortress. Yeah, but I knew this was cooked when I first saw it. That's some good intuition, geographical. Last month I won 2 classical games in a row with opponent resigning in better position. There we go, Pravat. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, we have like Wesley So resigning in a drawn endgame. We had Adam A. Taylor agreeing a draw in an equal position. Yeah, or like draw offers and resignations that kind of like, it's like abrupt ways of ending the game that need to be really handled with care. I lost a piece of no compensation in the game recently and turned it around to win the game. Let's go. Exactly. That's what we want to hear. I feel like resignation and suicide come hand in hand. Like, it's basically just prematurely ending the game. And resignation is ending chess, suicide is ending life. And it's like, like, you gotta just fight. You just gotta fight harder. Like, no matter how bad the situation is, no matter if it's -10, you just gotta keep fighting. Like, and I mean, like, life actually probably is. Well, actually, I don't know. I mean, probably if you're a heroin addict that's homeless and you've lost all your friends and the rain is beating down on you, probably that's a -10 position. That's a very difficult one to recover from. But I mean, you still can, and you hear stories all the time of people who get out of literally the depths of hell and recover. So I mean, if they can recover, so can we. And we got to think of that in chess and in life. Swear you just said Adam A. Taylor agreed to draw in. Oh, did I say that in an equal position? I didn't mean that. No, sorry. Adam A. Taylor resigned in an equal position. That's what I meant to say. So it was about resignation. Yeah, Adam A. Taylor, it was like a middle game. And literally, like, it wasn't even... Like, he had a move to have some dynamic counter chances on the king. Not necessarily a perpetual, but just he had a game. And he just straight up resigned for no reason. I don't know. But yeah, draw agreements are similar, yeah. That's why I was getting confused. that would be quite funny if I was calling out Adam A. Taylor for agreeing a draw in an equal position. life's more complicated. People are really not good at evaluating these things. It's interesting. It's interesting. I think with evaluating in life, what the most important thing is to understand what your most important core values are. Because in chess, it's very easy to understand the point. The point of chess is to win, right? The point of chess is to get checkmate, right? So there's a very clear objective, in which case you can then develop an evaluation system to help navigate this complicated game. In life, there's no one telling you what the objective of life is. So you need to work that out for yourself, and that can be anything you want. And then you live your life in the direction of whatever value that is. Because, if you're playing the top stockfish engine moves to reach a conclusion that isn't something you even want, well, then that's completely stupid, isn't it? I mean, if the aim of chess for you was not to win, but to play a brilliant game, then perhaps the top stockfish moves aren't what you should be following, right? So I don't know. Like, you need to work that out for yourself, and then you can start playing good moves. There you go. Big life lesson. And on that note, guys, 15 minutes time, there will be an upload from me. It's a really nice ramble that kind of marks the end of a chapter in one aspect of my life and the start of a new chapter in my life. So I think you guys will be interested to hear. And on that note, I am going to go to the library, sort out some work. I've got some chess lessons to teach before my match. And thanks for tuning in. Some really weird, difficult puzzles today, but good training and good to catch up. Good work. So, okay, see you in that video in 15 minutes. So, okay, bye guys.